Or else it's, fight against Lucifer and Beast 66, who's doing this, that, and the other thing. And that's what, if you take a look across the country, that's what people are worried about and fighting against. Aliens, the devil, the UN forces, the Federal Reserve, everything except what's real, namely private tyranny, private corporate power, the guys who are listed in the Fortune 500. Well, that's an achievement. That's a propaganda achievement. And while the anger and the fear is real and it's based on something, and you gotta sympathize with it because it is real.
I'm skeptical, I've grown not too acceptable. I hold my testicles, not a robot or US vegetable. I'm gonna stress the pull, strings that have left us broke. Stretched our hope so thin, we're just glad that our necks aren't broke. Born hostage in a world where John Cochran's get superstars off shit so much he had to quit his office. Reverend robes open for 7-year-olds. We'll never know how much this goes on. I remain skeptical, won't conform to the norm. I just absorb all the thorns that have torn our warm hearts to scorn. I perform the words of a blurred picture, and when the slurs hit you, you want to deter fixture and roam free. You would change your whole steez if you know like me. You would grow more coldly if you know like me. The globe is dormant to global warming, cause bucks are given through combustion engines. It's the skeptic.
As I say, plenty to be mad about the government, but the government is exactly what Dewey described it as. It's the shadow cast by business over society. You want to change something, change the substance, not the shadow, not the shadow.
Hell yeah, I'm skeptical. Look around, you tell me who's credible. Who's out to fool the public just to move profit decimals? Who's dumping chemicals in lakes, rivers, oil slicking up the ocean, burning whatever with no regard of what it might set in motion? Who's using radioactive ammunition? Half-life of 30,000 years, contaminating the planet by their own admission? Who sells weapons to future enemies and profits from conflict? Always the first to start the war machine and last to stop it. Who's behind the soft money that buys office? Who's the guy in a black suit and blue tie that spews lies too often to keep counter? Who's the doubter? Who's to turn a deaf ear to the jam and let the bells rock for the pure pleasure of seeing the energy produced when 100 heads nod? Hell yeah, I'm skeptical. How can you not be? When every time the truth comes out, the first thing everyone says is not me. Who's the hypocrite when decisions get reduced to profit maximizing? How insignificant we are when they make complacency so appetizing.
I have no choice. I can't just sit and have no voice. I'm not an android. I turned a man from boy, lost in a paradox where my blaring box is teaching kids things that the parents not. I stay outside the box till I'm outlined in chalk. My mouth's wide and talks of these slouch strides I walk. The conformity glee isn't conforming to me, so unfortunately life is more morbid for me. I just expose the bitches in the pole position, cause we're close and itching, but still no one listens to the issues at hand, till the missiles will land and almost hit your man, and then you'll be like, damn. You don't ever wanna become blinded by the lies. You would rather have your freedom and see eye to eye. You don't ever wanna become blinded by the lies. Turn a robot, I'd rather not, I'd rather die. It's the skeptic.
It is impossible to know the nature of anything. Every statement can be countered by its contradictory. Neither argument more compelling than the other. Since no assertion is more valid than any other, we must submit to a suspension of judgment. In terms of value, the human situation suggests that man withdraw into himself and reflect.
What am I skeptical about?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm skeptical of. I'm skeptical of a lot of things. But there's not much I'm not skeptical of. A skeptic is someone who would spend a lot of time finding arguments against anything that's believed to be true.
Not by wisdom do poets write poetry, but by a sort of genius and inspiration. They're like diviners or soothsayers who also say many fine things, but don't understand the meaning of